And we are live with the unusual cast and crew of the shenanigans that you know, you love, you enjoy. Branch here with Tony. But we got some things to say about last week's episode before we get to this week's episode. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, Branch here back for Geek Variants. Cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Marvel's Daredevil Born Again, episode 8. Tony, your thoughts on last week's episodes? I know you got some things to say, and I got some stuff I want to say.
Let me just come out and say it was okay. Was I overly impressed? No. The fight scene between Daredevil and Muse, it was better than the last one, but I'm not happy with them killing off Muse. I thought his character didn't have enough of a showing in this season. I think Muse could have been a literal season long villain to where he just barely escapes, Daredevil. Because in the comics, he is a bigger threat than what you see on the show. And I know they made, adaptation, whatever, but this wasn't a good one for me. I liked the character of Muse. I think that I liked how he went after Matt's girlfriend, not knowing it was Matt's girlfriend. It's just I like that angle that they took, but I also think that it could have been pushed further back. Give us multiple storylines at the same time. You could have had the Muse story going on with, Punisher out here reclaiming his iconic symbol, and then you could have had it, Bullseye running around somewhere. Give us multiple things to focus on. Daredevil grabbed us in the beginning because it was a fast-paced, high energy show. Now you're trying to slow it down. You made Kingpin a shell of what he is. Anytime that Kingpin's wife is more intimidating than he is, it's a problem. Because Kingpin is that dude. He intimidates a lot of people. Now he doesn't intimidate a lot of superheroes because most of them are metas. But like Spider-Man, he don't intimidate Spider-Man. But Daredevil, Punisher type level, street levels, yeah, he's pretty intimidating. But we're just not getting that from him this season. And I will say I thought they turned the corner the episode before when he was fighting, Bino, the boyfriend, but then he just went back. I will say I'm glad to see he's eating something, eating some meat. Maybe now he can bulk back up, get some protein in, and get fat again or something. But I mean, I still think it's one of the better live action shows, superhero shows out there. I just don't think it's living up to my expectations.
Yeah, and for me, I liked Muse so much so that he should have been season one's endgame villain. He should have been what we were building up to. We had both Fisk and Daredevil doing this great chase, which actually made sense in my mind that they were both going out of their way to be the ones who I stopped him. I ended it. I either reasserted myself as the hero I thought I was from the beginning and I can save lives, or hey, I took control of the city because I said no masked individuals running around, period. And I handled my business as best as I could. For
Well,
whatever reason, we decided we needed to have that cut short in a one episode thing. And I don't think there's ever been a moment where I've genuinely felt scared of having consequences for actions. Everything's felt very, very much like kind of, it just doesn't deliver the depths of feelings or emotions that the writers are trying to convey
right.
here.
I agree with that.
They're just giving breadcrumbs, if you will, for what we have going on. And I'm just looking for a little bit more. Muse was starting to pull on the strings of the city and getting some actual visceral reactions of what's going on here. It's like the aid for Kingpin, I don't care about. Um, the angle involving Kingpin and his wife, while important, also can be kind of thrown
Dragon.
out at times. It just doesn't
It's
seem to be
dragging.
really delivering where it needs to be. And like with Muse, at least at the very center of things, the fact that he was trying to paint New York as his canvas, he was having people go out and things were being done where Punisher's name was being evoked. It's like at this point, we've been clickbaited with Punisher, and we got maybe 10 minutes with the guy. So it's like
And those were great
that's
10 minutes.
yeah, it just feels cheap. It feels like Marvel's knows how to phone it in, and that's what has been delivered to us, the viewer. When in all reality, they needed to hit a home run. Right now, they hit a single. This is a good show. We're picking apart something because we thought it was going to be just a little bit more. We don't want to
Right.
continue to knock it. We just thought that overall we were going to get a higher quality product than what has, been portrayed on screen. Kingpin for me, because I'm not as big of a comic head as you are, I'm fine with the portrayal, but again, his size does seem to be lacking considering how towering and menacing he is, which I know can be hard to bring to the screen conceivably accurately. But at the same time, if they did such a good job in the early adaptation, aka Netflix, that we had that going on. The fact that now that we have MCU money, we're not getting that.
Right. If you compare Kingpin in season 1, season 2, even if you compare him in Echo, it's not the same. It's a downgrade. And I hate to say it because he was such a prominent figure in both of those shows that he should have been that or more now that he made mayor. Oop,
The episode did just drop, everybody. Episode 8 titled Island of
uh,
Joy. I'll let
hold
you get
on.
that pulled up. I'm going to skip ahead to the part where their actual content is at. I want to make sure I got that there for you viewers for our sync up time. Skipping the recap because
I
I just watched it
am
today. Like we're gonna need something high stakes this episode to have things, really play it off as well. Wow, we're starting like right with the actual content, so that's pretty interesting. Basically, once you have probably the minute 13 mark is where I'm at. So once you get
all
all
right, hold
squared up, let
on.
me know. I know
Said
it could
minute
take
13.
minute 13.
I'm at
There we go.
all right,
Got
you
it
got the
up.
blue rose.
Yeah, that bluish purple rose, which probably means we're going to lean more into getting Bullseye back in the picture if I had to reminisce a guess. Are you ready to go ahead and enjoy some Daredevil together? In three,
I'm gonna watch. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it.
3, 2, 1. Let's hit play and enjoy. And as always, if you're new to the channel, like button, subscribe. Again, no content from the actual show itself will be in the sphere here, so
Just
letting you guys
our
know
beautiful
early, save time.
faces.
Our lovely faces as we discuss what is going on with this version of New York. Now that we have some ground level heroes out here, my man's really into blue roses, I guess. I don't
In
know if those are
prison.
naturally growing or painted or what the case may be, but we are behind bars, so I'm assuming, yep, this has got to be Bullseye.
It's gotta be Bullseye.
So he's gonna get popped out, and I wonder who he's going to be working for.
I'm gonna just
Be
give a
part of
shout
the
out to
Kingpin task force.
Antonio. I'm gonna give a shout out to Antonio before he show up because he's always late. Just because.
He is just that always consistent member being late. Yep, there he is, just hanging out. Who is gonna go see our guy? Hmm. So he's going to be between transfers and popped out, as it always is in every show.
Of course.
It's always the
Classic
transfer.
classic trope.
Yeah. He's got only 6 guards. And then, of
Hot
course, the
take.
old school versus this going on.
Hey, hot take. Daredevil is a mutant.
In a matter of speaking, because he's not meta, so.
He's not meta.
Oh, new
Oh,
friends. Hello.
and he can
No
kill
wonder he was
everybody in there.
fighting it so much.
All right, skip intro now.
as always, because the intro is not really that fantastic.
I still like it. I do like the new Daredevil logo though.
That is clean. It is a nice logo. They did a good job of bringing that to screen for all of us.
Speaking of clean, you know what else is clean?
Dang. We got the first full look at it, folks. I have never seen Tony's head till now. Oh, that's crazy. But also, do you think his wife set that guy up last week,
To die?
or do you think she genuinely
Yes.
wanted him to get rid of Fisk?
No, I think it was a setup to try to get
Okay.
Fisk back to being Kingpin.
Mm-hmm. Say the camera work is a bit grainy, right? Is it
Yeah.
just me?
No, it is.
Hmm.
Kind of reminiscence of your old school mob movies that you love so much.
Ah,
Yeah,
say
see?
less.
See?
Godfather Part 1, Part 2,
Don't
Casino.
Carlito's Way.
Definitely can't forget that. I'm not in love much a fan of Scarface as everyone else is, but that's just me.
I am.
Hmm. I do love how though Matt though played off as like I'm blind, that's why I'm injured all the time. It's like
I keep running
under
into stuff.
normal circumstances it would work, but like because we know, absolutely not. Taking all these pot shots at her boyfriend.
His whole face is like, "How dare you?
Man.
Who do you think you are?"
And now he doesn't get the recognition. It's like, yeah, I'm a hero. I saved a life. It's like I did it myself. Like, oh, that's unfortunate for Matt. Oh,
Uh-oh.
hey, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you since last episode.
He's more intimidating than Kingpin. Well, Wilson Fisk.
I also keep calling him Kingpin just for the sake of things. Is he? Wow, he's gonna show him. Hey, I got your man, and toyed around with him for a bit. It's just hey, shush, we're talking.
Wow.
Mm. This is gonna shake her up quite a bit. I don't know what hoping to gain by this.
He said, "Shut
Yeah,
up."
there we
Still not
go. That's the
intimidating.
Kingpin in there. We're gonna keep trying to humanize him until something happens.
He need to snap and like pull him through the bars. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I love how Matt is literally like squaring up with this dude, and he's like ignoring him entirely.
Yep.
So this is the warning shot. Be like, hey, I know it was you. We know how to get you. Got it.
Yep.
Hmm. You know, the fact he's sniveling right now is not really helping his case. He was getting there. Kingpin, I think you'd be better off on your own right about now. Do a little soul searching, find yourself, take some time.
I'm not liking this version of Kingpin.
Hmm.
I'm just
They're trying to humanize every villain out there, which is really unnecessary. So they know how to find him, and it's a work thing to her. Adam just needs to be quiet right about now.
It'd be better if he just stopped talking.
Yeah.
He's not making this any better.
Mm-mm. So this ball is going to be the whole theme of the episode. Wonder which ball will drop. You think a major character is going to get?
I'm gonna take a nap. I will say I do like the swapping between storylines. It is pretty much what I said earlier. You know what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
perfect parallel between who they are as individuals, that they need each other regardless of who they pretend to be in their personal lives, no matter how much they want to be a part isn't working. You forgot your walking stick, my friend.
Oh, you are invited.
He's like, great, 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 great. I gotta go now. Oh, 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 yay. Ooh, good shot. My goodness. Good for you, Vanessa. I'm proud of you. She's not feeling too good about it, but she's just doing what she needs to do. Kingpin, that should have been you. I mean, I get humanization to an extent, but making a character soft in order to make him more appealing to a mass audience doesn't make him a villain. That makes him, at best, an
Soft.
anti-hero. Like, we don't need more anti-heroes. We just need some people are
We
just
need a
evil
straight
for
up
the sake of
villain.
being evil, and he's about money. That's who he is. Money and control.
Can you imagine them humanizing Green Goblin like they did this?
Green Goblin was a psychopath with a long history of violence. That'd be crazy. Like, at this point, we're gonna get Doom, and he's gonna be humanitarian of the year.
Oh, like Craven the Animal Protector?
An interesting time we're living in. Interesting time as far as characters and what they're doing to them. We need writers with more teeth in some of these shows. It's a little more bite.
So yeah, so again, they're doing what they've done in 80% of the episodes this season. More story, less action.
They're gonna have to hit with a major character action happening right now.
Did he kill 5 people yet?
It has to have, at least. Releasing a Gen Pop, there's no way he hasn't had to fight for his dominance immediately. Mayor Fisk. Yep.
Of course. Who else?
It was blatantly obvious. He's pulling all the moves in front of you because he wants it to be as loud and clear as possible that this is a direct message. Hmm. How much vigilante crime did they have beforehand?
And if you're a vigilante, is it crime?
Because all
I mean,
vigilantism is crime, so it should be everybody.
Punisher
Punisher's
wasn't
not going to
doing
stop, though.
nothing. Punisher wasn't doing nothing. Daredevil wasn't doing nothing. Spider-Man's not around. So what vigilantes? Muse was a killer.
Maybe some of the
So he wasn't.
defenders, like Luke Cage, Iron Fist.
Luke Cage is in Harlem. He ain't messing with nobody.
Hmm.
Just don't come to my block. That's all Luke Cage saying. Wow.
That's a promotion.
She wanted to be deputy mayor. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Wait, him? No." You're on the bottom of the totem pole now, babe.
Yeah. Because Fisk is rewarding loyalty. That's exactly where this is at. Daniel is going to let him down within 10 minutes.
Now I got a question. Is he rewarding loyalty or is he getting ready to have a scapegoat?
Both. It's Kingpin.
That's
He
Mayor
has to be
Fisk.
working on this
It's Mayor Fisk.
espionage.
Not calling him Kingpin. Did he just say black lady and blind dude?
Yep. Mm. Tapping into his spidey sense. He wants to hear if he's lying or not.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You're changing this right now.
Here we go.
There we go. Finally tap out.
You're lying.
Yeah. And he's just like, pardon? What just happened to me? Because no, you don't. You
Mm-mm.
absolutely do not. If you believe your client's untenable in an unwinnable situation, you let them go. That's why even in our legal system, there's plenty of attorneys who'd be like, I recuse myself. I cannot help so and so. I'm out.
Yep. I don't believe what they're saying. They'll come out. They come out in a heartbeat. I do not believe my client is innocent or guilty. I recuse myself. They do it all the time.
Have to. It's just the right ethical thing for not only for them but also for their business perspective because they get paid on wins and losses. W's and L's, baby. He's leading more and more into the Punisher side of things right now.
Yep.
He feels helpless. He's like, maybe Punisher was speaking. He was spitting some facts here. I like. Just give him some time off. He needs it right now. He does kind of night light as an attorney. Like, just give him a couple weeks off. Let him get his head back straight.
No, because then he gonna put that red spandex back on and go out and start fighting people.
It's what he needs to be doing.
Facts.
Do like her attitude about things.
I like her already. Get mad drunk.
The incident. That works too. That's what that's for. Decent toast. The neighborhood always needs a place to be, but I get it.
Always.
That is crazy though that he just heard a door open. It's like Cherry. It's like, are you blind or like all knowing?
It's them footsteps.
And there's a list.
For them, not him.
Yeah, because he's basically meta, right? For all intents and
Yeah, of
purposes.
course.
Yeah, he's kind of self-saboteuring everything. So let's not do that. We're gonna get blitzed on
Might as
what looks
well.
like a Tuesday. Might as well. Huh. He's now extra confused
Uh-oh.
because it was
That
for
wasn't
her, his
Foggy.
partner.
Foggy doesn't drink that. It's a scroll. I said it.
As we all are right now. Because he just went into witness protection program. Because I mean,
Yep.
everyone's already out there with the spoilers on that. There we go. We're finally saying what's been said like the whole episode. You need to rely more on that cane if you're gonna get people to believe your
And just got up and
standard.
walked away.
How much do we not trust this man? At
Enough to
all.
keep his hands. This man threw a paper airplane through a window to knock Daredevil out. A paper airplane. That was in the comics. Paper through a
Not
window.
plastic. He's like, all those new friends I just made. We're just gonna ask questions and not give answers here. At this point, Daredevil is the predator and you are the prey.
Yep.
Because this is not vengeance. This was something else entirely. Daredevil's having fun now. That's crazy.
You mean in a parallel universe?
In a variant universe. Come up with the Doctor Evil.
Ooh. Imagine a
Nope.
universe with Bullseye's Daredevil.
A lot less villains out there. Why is he so afraid? Oh,
All
Matt does
right
like
then.
it. No cameras or anything, so I mean, what are you gonna do?
And you're not going to doubt the blind guy.
Yeah. Matt is all boiled up this episode. And you think
Is
with how
that the
much
only?
release he's had in his personal life, he'd be fine.
Really? That's how you're going to do it?
I
All
mean,
right.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
Will. Okay, Will.
There's too much security. Something's going down. Well, gonna say I'm like, I am definitely not against the music choice though. They're having
Late
fun with that.
December back in '63.
Just watch the numbers just start shooting up as you find your karaoke groove.
You know, I'm telling you, I'm great on that mic.
Keep me away from the mic.
Yes, you are.
No, she's 100% against it because she won't shut up about it. They are not on the same side. Have not been the entire time.
Now, because you're beneath me now.
Yeah, that's just the way the corporate world works, baby. And is he gonna really still keep talking to this chick even though he knows that she is an informant? Because they had an awkward fight and things aren't doing. Oh wow, he's gonna apologize because she's wearing a pretty dress.
Mm-hmm.
So now she needs to like sweeten up to him just for all his information because he's a
Oh, she's
super
about to
easy.
pump him for some information. Okay,
I see what you did there.
it's your fault. You started it.
Technically, no. That would be Matt that started and finished. I'll bang him. Yes. This is gonna be a weird couple. Like I am so rooting against them, but like I'm hoping she gets everything she needs information wise out of him because he's dumb.
He is. He's very gullible.
That's why he's just diving right down the whole Mayor Fisk charade. Oh, they're semi afraid of him because they're worried about offending him. Interesting how that changed.
They're worried about offending the mayor, not Kingpin.
Hmm. At the same time, they still have the ability to be like, I don't know. She is petrified.
It
That's
must be cold
interesting.
in there too.
I wasn't going to comment on that, but that was readily evident. Seems to be
Hey,
for
there it is
everybody.
again. Yeah.
Matt's girlfriend and him are on bad terms. She was expecting her little +1 boo thang. I guess the shower was not all that was chalked up to be. Felt like we were opening in from Shrek 2 for some reason. I don't know why. All white is a hard suit to pull off, Mr. Fisk. Not for everyone, but he
I need
looks
him
even
in like
smaller now.
I don't need him in like a tropical Magnum PI shirt or something.
Mm.
Hey, bet you're missing a tooth.
Ow.
He is
This was his
going
whole
to kill
plan.
somebody. He's going to kill somebody with his tooth. Brent, he's going to kill
Oh
somebody with
my,
his tooth.
oh my gosh.
Brent,
Wow, he did it. This dude is a psycho. Ow. Oh, just got one please out and that was it. Bullseye is the truth with items. Like he should have been an
anything.
NFL quarterback. My goodness. He'd be making bank. Maybe not as much as what he's doing right now, though. Looks like it pays well. I think he's gonna crash this gala though.
Can we finally get a good fight?
It's probably gonna be short, sweet, and surprising. Because I think it's gonna be a really interesting state for everybody. Yay, rich people posturing. Gotta love that for us. By that I
I
mean not at
mean,
all.
not even a little bit.
Oh. We're just gonna play matchmaker while Matt is.
Oh, how is
Oh
Bullseye
wow, he
just gonna
just took
sneak out? He's just
he
gonna
took the
sneak out.
uniform.
So nobody knows the people they're working with.
Apparently not that well. Is how much you want to bet this bus isn't gonna end up where we need to do, unless this is the bus that
Um,
gets directly to the gala. The one cop that is unsure of him. So he was using Daredevil all along, and he fell hook, line, and sinker for it.
yep. He just needed one weapon. That's all he needed, and he used it too. He used a molar.
My goodness. Literally. Good job, Vanessa. I see you're playing words there. Yeah. So I'm surprised she isn't like trying to see a therapist herself, considering all she just went through like a couple days ago
Right. Now you show up.
with the cane, actually making it work.
It's just gonna run up the steps without using it though.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the more we stare at it, the worse it's gonna be.
Yeah.
There we go. We're bumping into people. We're making it more believable. Because like, is he having like a sensory overload, trying to find what he needs to? He's just gonna run right up on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's the dumbest thing you could be doing right now. Okay, relationship still in an awkward spot.
That was a cold hello. Cold.
Jeez, they're having a bad time.
She's gonna break up with him.
And now he's gonna end up losing her because he's not paying attention to her. He's listening to
He's not
Fisk.
paying attention to a word that's going on.
Yeah. He
What
couldn't
did I
get what
say?
he needs. Yeah, there it
Ah,
is. You do.
dude,
He's still doing it. But I
can he
mean,
not help it?
the way he's been running through relationships and either Netflix or Marvel, like this is entirely like him. I was gonna say he's blind, but like he's picking like pretty solid looking women. Like, are you sure?
Agreed. He is literally not. He's gonna look and she's gonna be gone. Well, not look, but he's gonna lose focus on Kingpin
Hmm.
and she's gonna be gone. Kill him. Kill him.
And he's like, there we go. He's like, I finally got information, everybody. Got him.
Who?
He's like, why are you threatening me so nonchalantly then?
Mm.
And he's like, my task force is just outside. It's the most
Uh,
uncomfortable hand on your shoulder you've ever had in your life.
Matt, I need you to pay attention.
He's still not. He's getting dumped tonight, or something's gonna like happen to everybody.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Yep. You should have hustled a little bit faster out of there. A little bit of knees to chest. Is this guy like trying to get dirt on everything going on? Oh, goodbye. Why would you leave the flash on?
Go ahead, right.
Yeah. Like you're dealing with the crooked cops. You are not in the best situation ever.
Oh, don't do it.
Ah, that's assault. Hmm. That's gonna bubble up real bad.
There's not enough cream for that.
It's like, wow. Look how boldly everyone's acting now. Like the captain and commissioner just realized, oh crap, I've been replaced. Mm,
Total corruption.
like, dang it, Daniel, why are you so easy? Like it's pretty earrings and a pretty dress. Don't let it cost you the rest of your life, which could be short, knowing
It's gonna
Kingpin.
happen. It's gonna happen.
You're diving headfirst in the worst mistake you're gonna make, and he's
He's
happy
definitely
as
gonna be
punch to
diving
do it.
head first. Definitely diving head first.
With cement shoes right behind him next.
No, that's feet first.
Eh, depends how they throw you. She's looking for information. She knows that he's gonna talk, so we're good.
He did not.
Ah, my goodness. This is so
Mm-mm.
kinds of bad for her. Oh, wow. She still managed to flip it though, so I'll give for her.
Yep.
Interesting how we're doing this. You need to act natural when you're doing these sidebars.
Yep.
He's eventually gonna go to her, but now's not the time right now.
Now's not time. You got too many eyes on you.
Yeah. We shouldn't be swapping information or cards or anything right now.
Yep.
Yeah. You already been spotted. He decided, I guess now's the time. I don't know why. Oh, playing that funky music. Not bad. Good choice.
Look at you, Brent. I raised you right. Look at you.
I mean, it is a great song. I mean, that's so there's a relationship breakup. The cops are breaking up. Who's going to be the one that ends up breaking up with life? Heather, probably.
Probably. The question is, how does he know where Mayor Fisk is in that room?
Um,
She's not asking the right questions. How do you know he's over
No,
here?
no one's asking the right questions in these shows. Everyone's just knowing at a certain point what's going to happen with what's going on. And I love how he's just seeing him coming, and he's like, and Vanessa's even like, all right, what's going on here? Why are you reaching for your guy?
He's keeping him back.
And he gets saved by the bell. Manhattan? Yeah, it's a classic. See how light Kingpin is on his feet for a big boy? The old classic. Gotta bring them back. They don't make music like they used to.
I'm still needing action.
Something is gonna happen.
It should have happened. We got
The craziest thing that could happen is is Vanessa that gets popped.
that's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
It's 10 minutes left. We're gonna have 2 minutes of fights. Come on now.
We're gonna need something to happen. I'm just saying. Otherwise, there's been a full episode of just jockeying for position, which doesn't really come across as great. Because there's a reason Bullseye getting out was this episode as well.
That was more interesting than the rest of the episode right now.
Oh, we got a finger guns out there from Mayor Fisk. We could have seen that happening.
Did he just throw away his walking stick?
Yes.
Those
Right
things are
onto
not,
the tray.
they're not inexpensive, sir. You need to keep that.
So things are escalating quickly.
Here we go.
He's free. I wonder why he's so worried about it, of all people.
Because he works for Mayor Fisk.
And
oh, there he is. Here we go.
I
Last
told
10
you
minutes.
2 minutes. Saved by the bell. Who will it be? Vanessa? Heather?
It's going to be Heather. It's got to be Heather. Then we get Daredevil. What do you? What would push Matt over the edge?
I want Kingpin pushed over the edge, but that's not where we're gonna go with this. We're gonna play it safe still, even though it feels like their story has had its complete resolution. It's like it's a little late for that. Buck's at least on point with his job.
Your squad can't stop Bullseye. I'm sorry.
Nobody can.
Daredevil can.
Oh, he has something to tell
Spider-Man can. Spider-Man does whatever.
He knows that what's his face is listening. I love that. They at least know each other well enough.
You know who
Vanessa
can't
was the
stop
one
Bullseye.
who got rid of Foggy?
Of course.
Punisher
can't stop Bullseye. But Iron Man can't because Iron Man sucks.
I love how they're just trying to make it work. Aggressive.
You just took Wilson's wife away from him. You know he don't play them games.
Yeah, things are escalating way too quickly. Is he really going to out him right now? Just because he's a little.
He's not gonna have a chance.
Oh, that guy's gone. And now he's got the big one.
He's got a sniper rifle.
We gave the most dangerous man in New York a sniper rifle. That's a problem.
There's Antonio. Thank you for showing up, Antonio.
Missed 2
with the
episodes back to
last
back. My
the
goodness.
last two the last 10 minutes. Good job. I will not give you a shout out anymore. I talked about you in the beginning.
Oh boy, this is gonna happen right now.
Oh, he just heard it.
Yep. Amidst all the stuff, even though I couldn't hear his girlfriend if he needed to,
Yep, there it
he
is.
knows it's time.
There's the boat action.
Oh boy.
Who is he shooting at?
I
You
wonder if he
got
takes
four
out
targets.
BB. That would be crazy.
Ooh. I still think it's Heather.
He
Oh,
was
he was
going
going
for
after
Fisk.
Wilson.
Matt took one for Fisk. That's a twist. Okay.
Your guards are garbage. They are not anywhere around you right now.
No, they're scattering in the wrong direction. It's like what he needs to do is take her over the shoulder and go. And also the fact that he's standing there and everyone has everything drawn. Why are we not just full clip?
Somebody tell
Me.
Bullseye he should have went for the head.
And that's where they're gonna try and leave us with Daredevil
Seriously?
getting slapped. That's how they keep you coming back. But with how many episodes there are left, there's no way we're not gonna have a conclusion to that.
I'm shutting that down. I am so disappointed.
So it seems like they're steering away from the Dark Devil storyline, at least for now. But overall, and let you gather your thoughts and lead us away as we hit our review portion of the episode. Your thoughts.
Well, let me just say it was good for a filler episode to tie up some loose ends from the previous episode. Um, Positive things that I can take away that Bullseye has escaped. So I think that's going to add another dynamic to the story because now Wilson is going to have to be on guard at all times. Because as I said, for those who did not read the comics, Bullseye literally knocked out Daredevil by throwing a paper airplane through a window and knocking him out. I don't know if you know how just powerful you have to be for that. So while I will miss Muse, I think not Daredevil, Bullseye being out and at large gives a bigger target on Wilson Fisk. I still do not like his character. I'm not sure if I will ever like his character as long as he stays this way. I will say that I like how they closed up the love triangle storyline. That was good. Um, I do like the deputy mayor because to me, when he was talking to the little reporter girl, I'm bad at
BB.
names. I like how I felt he was more intimidating at times than the mayor. Man, it shouldn't be like that. I think that when they were having their first conversation, that he came off as psychotic but controlled, and I like that. I think him as a character, he's becoming more of a I'm gonna be up front type character instead of third string, and I like the dynamic now between him and the lady. I like how they know they don't like each other. So I want to see how that plays out, but I'm still lacking in action. I understand you want to turn this into a story. I understand you want to, give us dynamics between characters and put them in situations that they're not used to being in. But we need fights of some caliber. I don't care if it's, in the back when the police officer, they could have been jacking up dude a little bit more, and that'd have been fine. Let him beat him up for a minute, then the commissioner come in. That was short in my opinion. You could have done more there, but overall, it's not a bad episode. I mean, they haven't been really bad episodes. They just been lackluster, where more could have been done or done different ways to make them better. So overall, the series is good, but right now it's more Echo level than season one level. But that's just my thoughts because I had high hopes for this, and right now it's not living up to my expectations.
And then I
It's
see you just
fine.
chat weird one about the pure overhaul, but I have a question for you, Tony.
Okay.
Do you think that we're putting more pressure on this show to succeed because DC came out as strongly as it did with Penguin, which, for all intents and purposes, are largely the same show?
Um, I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's because of the Penguin. I think the pressure from this show comes from season one, period. Because you have something to compare it to. With Penguin, you don't have anything to compare it to because it's its own entity. You can try to compare it to the Batman, but it's even though it's in the same universe, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Daredevil, you have a season one, you have the offshoot of Echo, which we really don't like, but and then you have season two. So if you come out with two two seasons, you're gonna have stuff to compare it to. It's just like with Walking Dead. Walking Dead had what 15 seasons, so every season you compared it to the season before. Other shows, if you have multiple seasons, you're going to compare Invincible. We both can agree those seasons are great, all of them. While they do miss in some marks, they still live up to the expectation of what to expect.
Same with The Boys, for
Same with
me
the,
anyway. Because
for
I know you have your qualms on certain storylines and how they were adapted, but again, I don't want to take you off subject. Carry on. Sorry.
you almost got to have. I'm good though. But again, if we with the comparison between one and two, I understand that you might can't keep up the same intensity that you had in one, but now we're getting to the other end of the spectrum where it's no intensity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like
Like
this is the only time I've actually felt some sort of adrenaline of like who's gonna get got, and that was just for maybe 5 minutes at most.
and
Which
it started
5 minutes in 8 episodes, 40 minutes of time per each episode. You're not really giving us a lot to react to, and I understand it's better than what Marvel has been giving us of late.
a lot of
But you,
better.
you don't you don't want to be saying that. You just
And
want to
I,
be
I
like, this is
will
so
say
dang
this,
good, we can see the course correction.
and I will say this, as I guess I'm just disappointed in what I was expecting. But this is still better than 90% of what Marvel has put out. And I'm talking movies, TV shows, it's just better. But because season if this was season one, it'd have been a different story. If we got season two with season one and season one turned into season two, it'd be a different conversation. Because then you started slow and amped up, the intensity. Now you had all these intense moments in season one. You had all these great storylines in season one, and now you're coming into season two, and the only thing you're really keeping is the storylines. Give us some intensity. You teased us with Punisher, you teased us with Muse, you're teasing us now with Bullseye. Something's got to catch.
Yeah, because
You've
everyone's gonna be
got to
asking
give
the
us
same
something.
question after this episode. Why in the world was he going after Fisk? Specifically when he had so many people he's got beef with in that room, who's ultimately
He could have took
orchestrating
out
what's going on.
if you wanted to get back at a man for doing you wrong. You don't take him out. You take out who he loves. That's
Vanessa
how
was
you get.
right there. It was
He
clear and
could have
easy.
shot her square between the eyes
And
and got it.
unleash a whole new
And
kingpin.
and then Kingpin would have came back. But that's asking too much. And I'm still amazed that Daredevil. I understand he's got all these super high incentives, but he can track the direction of a bullet because he had three targets to choose from. One was with him, so he took that one away. Now you got two more. I guess it was just his deductive reasoning that he's going after Kingpin.
I mean, it's like Weird One saying in chat that he thinks Punisher will definitely be returning for the
Oh,
finale,
of
and I think
course.
we're gonna get more. But again, he was teased to be a large part of this, as everyone was assuming we were getting the Defenders built up and established, regardless of whether that's a good
Yeah,
idea or not. That's a whole other question. We just think that it was something to actually have, because right now we have a makeshift ragtag team going into the next, MCU properties. So we're like,
right.
if at least we have the Defenders knocked down and out of the way, we know they're going to be more TV exclusive, even though, Feige has also stated that there's going to be more characters announced for Doomsday once we get closer. But
So
let's not go on that tangent, because the
again,
15
but
minute chair reveal was stupid. I'm gonna flat out say that was the
exactly.
dumbest thing they've done forever.
Can
This isn't the NFL draft. No one's got time for that. The people managed to wait for it. Good on you. But like, the fact that Fisk is not being Kingpin is kind of dragging the plot down. The fact Daredevil isn't being Daredevil is dragging the plot down.
you imagine this?
Nitty gritty action. I don't care about a
Can
law show. If I want a law show, I go
no,
watch Suits because it's a great show.
Seuss is hilarious. It is. But can you imagine this? Imagine you have a full blown Mayor Kingpin, right? You have Bullseye running around in the city all willy nilly. You have an accurate Muse, because even though Muse was a great character, he still was not accurate. He is the anti Daredevil. Those are his skill sets. He can basically he's basically Daredevil's taskmaster. That's how he is. Can you imagine if you had that three-headed monster running around, and Daredevil knows he can't handle it, and then all of a sudden Luke Cage shows up, or Jessica Jones shows up? Can you imagine that? And that's you got your own little Defender Squad. Punisher's already there.
It's like, you
You
don't
got
need
your
Iron
four right
Fist as
there.
well. We don't have to
Iron Fist,
go down
we
that
don't
road.
mention him.
But
No, we don't want him. No.
I mean, we have
But
to
you
mention
got your
him. He's part of
four.
the Defenders.
No.
But I mean,
No, he's not. No, he's not. No. But
uh,
think about it. You got your four right there. You got your defenders right there. Because as we know, Daredevil is a solid character. He's not a Batman level character. He is still, in my opinion, a Nightwing level character. And that's no slight to him, but that's just how he
Nightwing
is.
gets things done.
Nightwing is the next Batman. So come on now, let's put some respect on him. But Daredevil will get into situations like he's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man can go 6-on-1, 7-on-1 against his villains because he's that guy.
He has a
Daredevil
Sinister
can't.
Six. He's good. He can handle his business.
Yeah, I
He's
mean
gonna be beating a pulp by the end of it, but he's
he's
gonna
gonna be
survive and
hurt,
still
but
be
he can
there.
still handle them. Daredevil isn't like that. You put two good solid. If you put Bullseye and a solid Muse on Daredevil, he might get bodied.
Yeah,
So
just
he's
because
gonna need
Daredevil
help.
is, for all intents and purposes, what, a B tier or C tier
He's a
level fighter, and then you have
he's
these
a B
other
tier.
characters on
Yeah.
the same level. Like, saw him have issues with a dude who's only had a black belt in Taekwondo. It's not like Batman, where he's a master of so many different level of martial arts, where it's
187.
just insane. And
187.
then he's handling business against people like Bane, who is just roided up genius. But that's a whole nother universe, whole nother time. I
You
don't want to
see
have
what
to
I'm
go on my
saying?
tangent, because then I have to apologize to Will about his tangents.
Nope.
I got to keep
We
myself
don't.
focused here.
I can guarantee you, neither one of us will have a 4-hour tangent like Will
No,
about anything. I could start you on Star Wars. You will not have a 4-hour tangent. I know this.
no, there isn't enough good Star Wars content going on right now for me to go 4 hours.
So
I
I'm
mean, I'm
not worried.
excited for what we got announced for May the 4th. I'm excited for what we have coming up with our stuff involving Andor. But this show is still just kind of, it's a weird situation where this show is in fact good.
Hmm.
We're not saying it's bad, but we
The
came
show
in
is good.
expecting more.
Yeah.
The
Again,
cliffhanger they left up with is great, because we're all going to be asking the same thing as fans. Why Fisk?
and
Did Bullseye
I
know that Daredevil would jump in front, or did he just
I don't think he
know that
did.
he had business for this?
And yes, weird one. I'm saying he said the exact same thing. Spider-Man can handle 6, but if Daredevil's getting 2-1 on some solid villains, he getting padded. He's getting padded up. He is. But again, yeah, Trey, it was a great episode. to a point.
in the last 5 minutes or so. The rest was,
I can't say start to finish. I will say yes, it's still better than what it could have been, but it could have been better. I'm not going to take anything away from the show. It's still an enjoyable show, but again, the difference between me and Brent is I examine things from head to toe, and Will is a lot worse than I am. Brent will sit back and he can enjoy the show for what it is. I will sit back and I will dissect the show from top to bottom, and I will tell you what could have been and what should have been. Will go in red string episode 1 of season 1 to episode 7 of season 2, and that's what he does. But we love him, even though Iron Man sucks.
I mean, yeah, the reason I can enjoy things is more often than not as either I don't have A, the comic knowledge that you guys do, or B, I understand the difference between adaptation and what is coming out.
Right.
Because an adaptation is just their interpretation of something. It's not me we're gonna get a one of one. If someone said, "Hey, you're getting a one of one on such and such," rarely does it happen. The closest we probably had happen was Watchmen. And at the same time, people will still, say this was great or this was terrible. They shouldn't have done this. They should change that, because that's just how people are. People want things how they want things to be, and whether it ever truly comes to pass is another great question. Because there's people out there who still say the Lord of the Rings trilogy is bad,
And
and it's
they're foolish, and we don't associate with them. But
man, comic
uh,
accurate suit bullseye will be hitting weird one.
let
Be
me
hitting.
okay. Unpopular opinion, weird one. I know y'all are gonna hate me, but I myself, I like Colin Farrell's outfit as Bullseye. I'm sorry, I did. I liked it better than the comic book version. I did. I just thought it suited him. I'm not saying the little bullseye on his forehead. I'm saying his wardrobe, his fit, as the kids say. I loved it. I'm sorry, I did.
And Emily,
How
we
many
have
episodes are left?
literally
Yeah.
one more episode. We're hitting the finale next week.
Can I say
That's
this
crazy.
entire, at least 30 out of the 40 minutes, or however long it is, at least 30 to 35 minutes need to be somebody fighting somebody. I don't care if it's cops fighting criminals. Somebody need to be fighting somebody, because I'm craving the violence from season 1. I still need something to stand up to that hallway fight scene in season 1. That has yet to happen. And you got Bullseye. It needs to happen.
Because they're gonna have to scrap next episode because there's only one episode left of this season. Next season already got reduced to a total of 8 episodes. So we're not getting the full planned 18. We're only getting 17. So
So they
something was
must
on
have
the
cut out a
chopping block,
filler. They cut out a filler, hopefully.
ideally. But at the same time, with one episode left, now I feel like there's so many more questions that we don't. This is going to only be 40 minutes, Trey. Don't get your hopes up for an hour. There's no way they're going to give us what
There's no way.
what we should deserve, because as fans who have waited patiently, I can't see them giving us an hour. I mean, I'd love for it to be an hour, truth be told. I would love to root for it, but I don't believe there's enough either advertising for this, there wasn't enough forethought for this, there wasn't correct interpretations brought to the forefront for this.
That part.
They literally were just like, hey, we can make money if we just say Punisher is going to be there and it's going to
I
bring back the
think,
old heads. And then they did it, and now the old heads are here. And you
and we're
gave
not
me
liking it.
5 minutes of Punisher, and you've given me Daredevil being an attorney, not Daredevil the character.
This is what She-Hulk could have been, pretty much,
Could have been.
if She-Hulk was actually
Honestly,
good.
I
It
mean,
could
I
have
was
been
I
this.
was just
This
there
is
for Megan. I'm just saying,
no, no,
the stallion.
negative. You know, Stallion is a male horse, right? I'm just
I
saying.
know. I know.
So take that how you want.
Mm.
Don't get me started on this.
There's
But
a whole plethora of that whole
I
sidebar.
got jokes about everything. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect in the final episode.
I mean, right now, I'm sure Will is probably having a panic attack, realizing there's only one episode left, considering how much he believed he was promised. And when he found out it wasn't the original 18, I'm sure there was a
He's
realization where he
probably
thought, you
cursing
know
out
what?
somebody.
He's like, Iron Man kind of sucks.
Whole
That's what
bunch.
he's thinking right now. I wonder if he's actually gonna go back and watch through this. We say Iron Man sucks because it triggers him, just so everyone is aware. It's one of
If
our
you
fun
ever
things to do.
go back and watch our other videos, and every time we say it, he goes, and
Every
he has to
time.
control himself every single time. We all have our triggers. and we catch each other at all times. That's like the fun part of this. You just never know when you're gonna pop up. Uh,
Shenanigans abound, and again, seeing Punisher versus the Task Force using his logo,
that's what I'm
that could be
needing.
an episode
I
in
need
itself,
that.
but it hasn't happened yet. So it's
I
just
need
like
that.
we have to pray it into existence or start hoping it into existence. Like use the combined powers of everybody here will make Captain Planet or whatever. We
Don't
need
do
the
that.
Punisher to come out
Don't
here.
do that.
You
Don't do
don't
that.
remember Captain Planet? He's
I
the
love
hero. You
Captain
don't remember
Planet.
all the powers combined and all that good stuff?
I love Captain
Saving the
Planet.
environment.
But he could also get beat up by a smoker, so I'm not worried about him.
I
Did
did
you ever
forget
see the
about that.
episode where his villain was
Yeah.
Smog?
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't
But
test me on
again,
on
what a
it.
show. What a show. This is an old head show for those of you who are looking at it's like, God, what the heck are they talking about? It's a very old
it's
show. It was
it's not
enjoyable
really.
though.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
GI
it's like
Joe would be
it's almost
considered an
as old
old
as
show.
like what Thundercats or GI Joe, right? GI Joe is older than
Uh,
that. I know Thundercats is probably around the same
Thundercats
time.
is younger than GI Joe.
Yeah, it has to be. But Thundercats would probably be
It's
similar
the
to Captain
same.
Planet timeline.
It's pretty much the same time frame. It was still a Saturday morning cartoon type thing that y'all don't. I'm sorry you kids could
Boomerang,
not have Saturday morning cartoons. As children waking up, we would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday on
by choice.
purpose.
By choice.
And this was not. We weren't forced. 6 o'clock to noon on Saturday. Cartoons, just all of them, and it was nonstop, and
Jackie
we
Chan
loved it.
Adventures, Pokemon,
No, no,
Yu-Gi-Oh, Static
no,
Shock,
no. Stop
Shaolin
it.
Showdown. I'm
No,
just saying the
I did
shows that
like
I was watching on
I
Saturdays.
did like Shaolin Showdown though. I'm not. No. And Jackie Chan Adventures. Jackie. Yeah,
Uncle was like the most OP character there, but I'd be surprised if anyone here who doesn't know GI Joe. I'd be shocked, but also they
I'd
make
be
terrible
shocked.
movie adaptations, so I don't know. Like
We don't acknowledge those. They're
you
still not
don't
as bad as
acknowledge
the X
those.
Men. They're still not as bad as any X Men film. All the X Men
I
film are
thought you
trash.
loved the X Men. I thought they're your
I
favorite.
will. I'm gonna punch you in May when
Best
I see
world
you.
building, most comic accurate characters. The character that can die, can never die, does die. I mean, that's so accurate. That's just right
I
on
mean,
there.
Darwin, who fought the Hulk and lived because his
Remember the
body said
Cartoon Express?
yes.
Yes, there we go.
Hanna
And then
Barbera.
also late night Saturdays, we stayed up after we got up early because we had Toonami, we had anime dropping, whether it was Sailor Moon, whether it was One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, we
Thank you,
had
weird
great
one.
stuff going here.
You're my dude.
I mean, the
That's right.
cartoons were great. The
The
cartoons hit.
cartoons were great,
Yeah,
and I
old
love.
school cartoons just hit different
Let me tell you, I loved how each season they brought out 10 new characters.
every
every
time.
every season it was 10 new characters, and it wasn't just Joe's. You had 10 characters on for Cobra. Then you had 10 heroes. It was just you had Zartan come out, and you had Roblox and all his boys. Come on now, it was great. It was great.
It always felt
I
like the
loved it.
characters for me for that universe are always flat, but they always kept coming up with new iterations of certain characters that just worked. Oh, Channing Tatum, yeah, for Gambit. We spoke that into existence. It's happening. We
Please
are
look,
excited.
look.
Excited.
I'm gonna no. I'm gonna say this, and I'm never gonna stop saying it. Channing Tatum as Gambit looks good, acts like dumpster juice on fire. No,
Woo! I'm about to
no.
make a name for myself here. Let's go.
I couldn't even if I can't. And I'm from the South. Like I'm from Georgia. JAWJA, and I could barely understand him. I know people from New Orleans, and they was like, "We don't know what he's saying. What is he saying?" If they can't understand the Creole and the Geechee, then no, you don't have a good accent. That the look, I love the look. It was pretty much comic accurate. But if he didn't say nothing, it just was a background character. Like the action, the scenes with the cards, great.
Have we seen a little bit of Spider-Man and his amazing friends?
Come on now.
I see you, weird one.
You
I see you.
you have not seen. You need to go back and look at when we talk about the greatest animated series of all times. Go
I had
back
a
and
lot of
watch that.
newbies that people voted off. Just for the record, I had a
He
whole
was.
list that was voted
We
off.
don't listen. We don't listen to Brent about
It's
any of
because I'm
that. It was
young. I'm
me. It
youthful.
was me and
I'm with the
Will.
movement.
It was me and Will, and we put on the shows that actually deserved to be on the list, and not what he thought because he was wrong about
I said
everything.
the same number one everyone else did.
But come on, that's still number one
Yeah, but people from my generation don't know about that show that way anymore. They
because they
just don't.
didn't. They don't watch it, and they should.
because
But it's
Batman the
fine.
animated series is the goated series.
It's
It is the
it's the
goated series.
greatest. It's the
But
greatest.
that's just me. But again, we already we had a good 10-minute tangent, and it's still only an hour and 15 minutes. How in the world
Yeah,
are we supposed to do for another like 2 hours and 45 minutes?
that's
Got
because
anything pertinent to talk about?
Will would have red stringed Channing Tatum to his Rolling Magic Mike to his Rolling Jack show.
And
I'm
how they're
saying
all like just
they're all like
perfectly the same
they're
character.
all variants of the same
And
character.
somehow we'd end up talking about like Guillermo del Toro's version of our favorite Hellboy, which still somehow didn't get a third movie. Somehow,
I'm still
some
mad
way.
about that. Can we get Ron Perlman back as Hellboy? Please, I don't care if
He
it's
already said he's
an
only coming
hour.
back if it's Guillermo. He said
I
he
don't
refuses for
care if
any
it's
other
an
director.
hour. I don't care if it's an hour long. We need a third movie that follows the Golden Army because those two that could argue if you gave us a third Hellboy on that caliber, it could arguably be one of the greatest trilogies. It would be in there because the first two were good.
Yeah, they were. I don't even like that genre. I love those films.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
was just fantastic.
A
But
lot of
whatever.
people was like, well, I don't really know the character. That's fine. Let's sit down and watch it. Yeah, I like it. You know, there's a 2 coming out. I gotta watch that one. Oh, where's 3?
Yeah.
There is no 3.
When is Blumhouse giving us the new Spawn movie?
Allegedly,
Spawn,
it's
come
coming
on,
out in
man.
2 years.
Oh, it's been
It's in
allegedly 2
talks.
years, every 2 years
It's
since I've been like hit
not
21.
once
Spawn ain't coming to
Jamie,
the screen, man.
because they was
It is
they
just
was
not.
talking about Jamie Foxx. I don't know if that fell through
It had
because
to.
he had with those health issues he had, but I know they're still talking about it, and I wouldn't mind an updated one. I didn't think the first one was bad.
It just wasn't good.
The CGI wasn't. I mean, for the time, it was okay,
It was
but
what, early 2000s?
yeah, so it wasn't good
But again,
CGI.
we had
But
amazing CGI like 3 years later, because like Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest CGI was like some of the best CGI we've ever seen. And it's like, it
ever,
hasn't got
and
better
then
since then. And it's like, what happened?
and
We
then you get
fire
Doctor
everybody that did that
Strange.
film, or they
You
retired.
get Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness that had some of the worst CGI known to man. It's like, what are y'all
Because they're
doing?
rushing projects, man. They're just rushing
The
projects. Spawn movie
Blade
been
movie
delayed
has
more
been
than Blade.
canceled. The Blade movie has officially been canceled. It's done. So
That's a
you might as
wrap,
well just
folks.
forget about that.
Marvel, just say thank you that Blade even allowed you to exist, and we're gonna keep moving on. Rebecca Romijn Mystique. I mean, that is
It's
better than
Romaine.
Jennifer Lawrence.
As a young Mystique, y'all didn't like young Vigilant, Vera Mystique. You
No,
like?
Jennifer Lawrence didn't do it for us.
I mean, her
Jennifer Lawrence
acting
hasn't
was
been able
not.
to. She can't
Her
act, and
acting
she's not hot
is
enough to get
not
away with being
on.
Mystique.
I bet if she was naked, y'all wouldn't care like Rebecca
She
was.
was
No, she wasn't.
under that suit. She was,
The suit.
but
Rebecca
no.
just had the things on her. That's all. She was painted blue
Rebecca
and
had aura, though. She delivered. I believe that was Mystique. I believed I was in danger, and you couldn't trust this woman. Jennifer Lawrence, I'm like, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to Magneto if I want something actually done around
But again,
here.
they were still bad movies overall, so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter too much.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, it's like Jennifer Lawrence hasn't been able to act the same way I don't believe Keanu can act. It's just one of those things. Like, I know people have very strong opinions. He's a great human being, but a great
First of
human
all,
being does not mean great actor. That's
Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage, overrated actors. I don't know why everybody's hyped. John Wick is just Neo outside, inside the Matrix. That's all he is.
I mean, yeah, for all intents and purposes. Can't really say too much about it. But again, I'll circle us back around to Daredevil.
Please do,
It
because
was
we're
a
going to
good
go.
episode. It wasn't a great episode. I don't really have too much else to say, either positive or negative. We're all going to be asking the same question, though, at every single thing here. That ultimately, why did Bullseye go after Fisk when there were so many other people he could have easily settled a score with? But at the same time, also, I'm going to be asking the same question. Why wasn't security just like, hitting him back immediately? Instead, they were just like, watch him take the shot. He was still there, and they just let it stay.
You should have
Security
emptied
are
your
you
clip.
guys?
Y'all should have emptied them clips in the rafters. You had what is it? 12 of them.
We had at least a task force of 12 people. Each one had at least 12 per, so we could have had at least
If
144
they running
attempts at
nines,
this,
it's
and
12 to
someone should have been
14.
lucky.
Yeah. So you
Like, they had
you got
chances.
drop your clips.
Instead, everyone was backing away in the corner. It's like, I'm the only one who can do something.
And
What
then
happens if I
matches
blend
land
in?
on the floor,
Like a
bleeding
change?
out. Matches land on the floor.
Like, this is security right now. We're just going. I'm not even here anymore. Just, that's all that happened. It's like, but at the same time, Muse has gone too soon. Fisk hasn't done enough.
100%.
We expect more from this kind of show. I mean, we all thought he was going to go on one, but at the same time, it depends how quickly he can reload, which, knowing him, is probably pretty dang fast. So he could have gotten a couple, but
not
maybe
if
this was
it's
just personal.
if it's bolt action, it does slow it down. It's not auto. When it's sounded bolt action,
it's like, I trust in him, especially after all this paperclip hyping you've been hyping up with him. I mean, in a paper airplane.
What?
Sorry, I'll correct myself.
I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna go look for that comic book. I'm gonna scan it to you and show you how he threw an airplane through a window and knocked out Daredevil.
Should
With a
Daredevil
paper
have been able
airplane.
to hurt it? Like with
Yes,
his superpower?
that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, that's how OP Bullseye is. Don't question it. Just accept it. It's comics, man. It's comics.
But at the same time, guys, as always, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. By all means, subscribe if you're unsubscribed.
Because we got more stuff we're gonna cover. We have
for those Last that like coming up on Sunday. We have anime almost every single day of the week. I caught up on an anime I was supposed to watch yesterday. So
Predator.
we have tons of great stuff coming up. Predator is around the corner in June for Tony to just go absolutely.
I'm telling you, I love me some Predator.
So we have tons of great stuff to go ahead and see out here. People say Dex is not a superpower being. He is insanely OP. Weird one. We are all in your camp. We all support you. Point them out to our videos so they can at least be reminded.
Tell them to come talk to me. I set them right. I will set them right. Bring them here. Gift me.
And as always, we appreciate y'all. Iron Man sucks. And we'll see you in the next one.